What is this?
I made this record and I sent it off to my engineer, and he calls me. He said, man, you probably shouldn't put this out.
Okay.
I said, why? What the hell happened? He said, you talking about Epstein, it's a lot of shit going on. And I said, thank you for calling me. I'm finna drop this.
That's LaRussell, a West Coast rapper who, according to his wiki, went to Grand Canyon University. He's an alumnus. Let's continue.
And the goal of an artist is to express the times and say all the things that nobody else want to say or know how to say. I'm not perfect, and neither is the president. Was guiltier than a nigga hiding evidence. You can't be mad that they heated if you don't let them vent. Even the devil was heaven sent. Even Malcolm was heaven sent. Even Martin was heaven sent. Even Kanye was heaven sent. We all heaven sent. Donald too. We all heaven sent. Epstein too. We all heaven sent. Adolf too. We all heaven sent.
Man, what the fuck was that? What point are you trying to prove here? LaRussell, I am perplexed, my man. And here's the thing. He's 31. He put out the Heaven Sent song where he tries his best to say, like, honestly, what was he trying to say?
We all heaven sent.
He does not know the definition of heaven sent.
Chuck English, a fellow rapper and a member of the Cool Kids, wrote, "Don't lose me, dog." So LaRussell saw it, and then he replied to it. What do y'all think I'm saying in this song? Is it the truth that's bothersome? What? The truth. The truth. Brother, there is no truth. None. None. Please, I beg you to think about this. Please. But the thing is, he won't think about it. So Chuck replied, "So water is wet. What was the reason for the point you tried to make, though? Because I'm lost. You been to heaven?" Here's how I know he won't change his way of thinking, because he's feeling the heat, and he put out this video.
The homies briefed me yesterday on all the outrage. And my first thought was, niggas ain't that slow. But I go and look, and niggas that slow. Just listen to the music. Like, it's no way niggas hear that clip and they like, you support Epstein. When the world be in despair, sometimes you need realization. And that realization for me through this song was like, damn, the same God who created Martin Luther King and Malcolm X, who did so many great things, is the same God that created Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein, who did so many evil things. And it's crazy the range of what a human life is capable of. It's capable of changing the world and detrimenting the world. That's the purpose of the song. That's my realization of like, damn, this is all from the same place, and look which way it can go when somebody is misguided, when somebody doesn't have all the tools, when somebody just chooses to use their life in a negligent way. And it's insane for niggas to take that and be like, you support Epstein. Like, you niggas is weird.
Let's just pause here. He continues to miss the point over and over again.
I understand that he's trying to paint the picture that we are all humans at the end of the day, but like there are levels to being a human in this life. You know what I mean? There are levels to how you operate in your life and do certain things. And I don't think the people he's talking about deserve that platform whatsoever to be acknowledged in that way.
If you believe in God, then there's an inherent belief and understanding that God created everyone. Man, we've been on that. That's like That's the thing with some of the rappers that aspire to a little bit more. Sometimes they let their reputation do the work that the lyrics should. Brother, we need the equation. You gotta show your work. Okay.
Or if
You
you're
got-
saying
you-
came
like, you gotta like.
created from God, like if that's what you're trying to mean, you need a better explanation from it, and then you need to explain that they're hellbound.
Importantly, one tweeter even wrote, "It lacks integrity. You literally put MLK and Malcolm X in the same category with Adolf. You put them in the same category as Epstein. You put them in the same category as Kanye. My guy, who are you crapping? What are you thinking?" The tweeter continues, "Fuck are you talking about? Hitler is not heaven sent. He's a monster."
That LaRussell song is exactly what happens when you treat your engineer like they're not an artist collaborating with you on helping bring a vision to life. Right? That's what happens when you take their input for granted, like they're just an errand boy there to make your song sound pretty, not like they're actively having any input, because they are. Right? And for an engineer to say, "Hey man, don't put this one out," not even, "Yeah, I'm not really a fan of this one," or "Not your best work," or "You could go harder." None of that leaving some like, "I see the potential." It just straight up, "Don't put this shit out." You should have knew. But you know what I'm saying? If you really valued your engineer, you would have heard him out. And if you had any common sense, you wouldn't put out a song where you're drawing a through line between MLK, Malcolm X, Donald Trump, Hitler, and Jeffrey Epstein. That, I don't even know why you wrote that.
Piggybacking off of what another user posted, your engineer was really the one who's heaven sent. The rest, not really true. So here's what I say to all of this.
LaRussell, we were rooting for you. How did we even get this in its totality anyway? Before it got to your engineer. I hate it here. And not for nothing, because like that did not need to see the light of day. Because not for nothing, nobody that I know, including myself, be like, "Yeah, throw that LaRussell on. When that new LaRussell gonna drop?" Folks have respected his business prowess, his ingenuity in terms of turning his backyard into this musical sanctuary of sorts to invite community members, for folks to pay what they can, to have an intimate space and connection. Even Epstein, even Ada. Yeah.
All right, here's what I say. Listen to your engineers. Number one, they're going to have your back. And in this case, they absolutely did. Number two, whoever the engineer is, stand up so we could buy you a drink. Let it be known who you are so we can appreciate you for trying to warn the masses that LaRussell was potentially making a career-altering decision. This is something that you can apologize for, but now you will be associated with forever. Like, I liked his approach on TikTok. I'm not a LaRussell stan, but objectively speaking, seeing his creative ways and how he has pushed out his music through these very, like, calm, like, what's the word I'm looking for? The way that he did this was, it seemed like a community is what he was trying to build. And it was just about bonding, because that's what he wanted to create. And I can tell you, I've thought about, if I were there, what I would do. I would be on camera giving a face, like whatever the opposite of stank face is, I would be giving that, and then I would walk out. And I'm surprised more people didn't walk out. Maybe they wanted to show respect. I don't know. But would you stand for this? No, of course you wouldn't. What he fails to realize is this is the same sort of mindset that someone has when they say, we're all judged in God's image, and we all came from a mama, and we all have mothers, and we came from a womb, and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but can't you see that they're not heaven sent? They were just brought into this earth. And they are opposers to the human race. And what you are doing, in a way, is humanizing them by saying, we're all imperfect. We all make mistakes. You know, it happens to the best of us. No. What we won't stand for is humanizing white supremacy. What we won't stand for is humanizing the awful, inhumane ways that Jeffrey decided to go about his life. We will not support black Nazis. Nope, won't do it. But putting all those people together in the same category is mind-bogglingly dense, excuse me. And I really hope, instead of pushing out content or even working on music, he really has self-reflection. Because this is one of the worst own goals I have seen in quite a while. Didn't have to do it. Thought he was really preaching here. And instead, he looks like a damn fool.